Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We have so many different new subscribers. I thank you all for definitely tapping in and joining the community. However, so I asked you all some questions, okay? I posted on TikTok and I said, hey, I want to do a Q&A, and so I had you all to send me a whole list of questions, and boy, did y'all try to get a little too deep, okay? Now listen, I'm going to answer some questions. I'm going to go ahead and get all into it. I want to say it's maybe about 50 questions, and I'm going to answer as many as possible, okay? So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So the first question I have here, I'm not going to drop any names who asked the questions. I'm just going to go ahead and read the questions off, okay? So the first question is, what's one thing motherhood taught me that no book ever could? I would say is that parenting is a journey, okay? It does not come with any manuals. And with that being said, is that you're going to learn so much about yourself when it comes to motherhood. You're going to learn some things that you were not aware of. You're going to learn some things that you're going to tap into some strength that you didn't even know you had. And when I say strength, it's going to be mental, physical, emotional strength that you never had, because you still have to show up, show face, and push through, because them babies, they're looking at you, you know, to make the day. So yeah, no book could ever teach you that. Show up, show face, and that it's a journey. So yeah. The next question, what's my secret sauce for keeping the romance alive with 4 kids around? Baby, let me tell you, listen, when it comes to that secret sauce, you have to put your relationship first. I know, contrary to unpopular beliefs, I'm telling you, I know it is an unpopular opinion, but when you are married, okay, when you are married, you have to put your relationship first, and that's before the kids. I know a lot of people not gonna like the sound of that, but let me tell you, Lord's will, when them kids are up and grown, it's gonna be you and it's gonna be your honey boo, okay? You have to nurture that relationship. You have to water that relationship. You have to be tapped into that relationship, honey. You got to keep it spicy, honey. Remember, all throughout the day is foreplay. Even if there's nothing going on at the end of the day, even if there's no touchdowns, if you catch my drift, you still have to keep that foreplay, okay, all throughout the day. Foreplay looks like kissing longer than a couple seconds. Foreplay looks like touching, grabbing. Listen, that's the secret sauce to your romance. It's always to be engaged with one another, looking each other's eyes, telling you how you feel about one another. That is the secret sauce. And also dates. Dates. Y'all know I'm a big stickler. I'm always preaching. I'm always telling everyone to continue to date while you're married. And we hear it a lot, but let me tell you, them dates, they could be at home dates as long as it's intentional. It could be at the movies. Listen, me and my hubby, we always do our little matinee dates, because we go and watch the movies really early in the morning. There's not a lot of crowds. It doesn't cost that much money. It definitely can be done in a lot of different ways without spending a whole bunch of money, or without, spending a whole bunch of time. Date, and remember, foreplay happens all throughout the day. Touch each other, listen to each other, be intimate, grab each other, and all those things. That is the secret sauce to keep your romance alive, no matter what's the number of kids that you have. Next question. Have I ever wanted to quit doing content? No, I have not wanted to quit doing content. Last year is when I really started taking content very serious. For those of you who do not know, I did lose my father. I am a daddy's girl, always will be. I am a major daddy's girl. And so when I lost my father, that was in August of 2024, and that really changed my entire world. Both of my parents now are deceased. I took a break from content, and I was contemplating, what do I do? When should I come back? But did I ever want to quit? I would say no, not actually quit, no. And now that I'm back, I actually been consistent for the past, since probably December of last year. And so now that I'm back, I just want to continue to do it no matter what. But no, ever wanted to quit is a no. But as far as taking a break because of grieving, yes. All right, next question. If my life was a reality show, what would it be called? Mom and half a dozen kids. That's what I would call it. That's just my first thoughts. That's exactly what I would call it. Almost a half a dozen. Okay, so next question is, what does soft life for the strong mom means to me? Really? So soft life to me at this point, definitely being a mom, being a wife, when you have like multiple hats to juggle, I would say soft life looks like just taking care of yourself, honestly. Like, we all have our moments, and it's okay to have those moments, but you know, do your due diligence to snap back, okay? So it's okay to have a day, it's okay to have a moment, but we don't want to take 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, that's too long, okay? Keeping yourself pampered, you know, keeping your hair done, your nails, your toes, whatever those things that make you feel your most feminine, your most beautiful self, those type of things, those are things that you want to tap into. I know all of us are different. I love makeup, I love nails, I love all things like girly and feminine. That's just me. But I know there's other women who that's not their interest. So I would say, whatever the things that make you feel your best self, whatever the things that make you feel your most feminine, I would tap into that. That's what soft life means to me while juggling whatever the hats that you have to juggle. What's one date night that went totally wrong and what I learned from it? Let me tell you. So one date night that went totally wrong, I would say, is that I can't recall what was going on in the matter of the day, but for whatever reasons, we had already had our date night scheduled, me and Bae, and so we were supposed to leave the house at like 9 o'clock. I don't think we had anything like RSVP or anything like that, but it was just, we were gonna go out. So I didn't say anything for hours, you know, prior to us supposed to be leaving the house at 9 o'clock. And so it got around the time for us to go. He was already dressed, ready to go. And I believe I did get dressed, but I had a whole attitude, honey. When I say I had attitude, I had attitude. And right now I can't remember what it was about, so it had to be something that was minor. But to me, it was a big deal at that moment, okay? So I get on the front porch before we can even get to the car. He thinking we get ready to go, and I'm like, I don't want to go. Nope, not happening. I'm not feeling it. It blew up, you know, it blew up. And it was just I think it was just a blow up, and it was just a big deal because I didn't say anything for hours. I could have easily been like, okay, no, babe, I'm not feeling it. Let's reschedule or whatever. But the fact that I act like everything was okay and I was ready to go, and then I got on that porch and was like, nope, not happening. Gotcha. What you thought? So it didn't go over too well. So what I would say I learned from that is just definitely just, hey, just let your partner know that you're not in the mood for whatever reasons. And yeah. So next question, what's my favorite part about being a mom of 5, bonus child included? So those of you who may not know, I do have 4 kids biologically, and I also have my bonus son. That is my baby. You can't tell me anything different. I would say is my most favorite part about being a mom is you literally are responsible, right? You literally have the responsibility to pour into these children, pour love, pour education, pour knowledge, pour wisdom, and so forth, right? You literally, like, you have that responsibility of making great ass human beings for this world, right? So God has given you that privilege, and that's something I take very serious. So it's super important to me to make sure that I'm depositing the right things into my kids, and just to see, like, you plant those seeds and plant that love and knowledge into them and wisdom into them, and just to see how they literally, like, they're growing up into their own person, and just like everything that you have poured into this child, you literally see it like just blossoming each year, you know, each birthday, day by day you do see it, but you really see it like on birthdays, and as they're growing up year by year by year, you're like, wow. It's just something amazing. My oldest, he'll be 18, Lord's will, in January, and just to, oh my Lord, I do it all the time. More so recently, because it's like, wow, I'm really about to have an 18-year-old. And you just really can just go back throughout the years and just look at all the different moments, the struggles, the good times, the hard times, the challenging times, you know what I'm saying? Just all the different things, you know, to have this whole child that is like almost an adult, and just see how well they're standing on their own 2 feet, how they have their own mind. And it's just beautiful. It's truly a beautiful thing to just have the privilege to be a mother, or just to be a parent. It's just such a blessing. It's beyond words. Okay, so next question. What's one piece of big sister advice that I'll give my 23-year-old self? Baby, when I was 23 years old, I was almost about to have 2 kids. What I would say is that be well cultured. Be well cultured, okay? the world is so big, right? And it's so many things that is beyond your zip code, that's beyond your background, just beyond the things that you may know and beyond the world that you know, right? So just be well cultured, be well, like, learn different things, like learn languages if you can, learn, eat different foods, like get around different circles and different people. That's something that I would definitely go back and tell my 23-year-old self, is that it's so much more than what you know. It's such a big world. Tap into other spaces and learn different things from different cultures, and yeah, it's a big world. Okay, so next question. How do I juggle being a wife and a mom, a boss, without losing myself? Very simple, I would say, is that one, I'm very in tune with who I am. I do a lot of self-reflection. So that's what helps me to not lose myself, because I'm always aware of where I am currently in this season, where I just came from, and where God is leading me, right? So I journal a lot. That's something that I do. I journal a lot. I do a lot of self-reflecting, because I like to just be aware of my personal development. I like to be aware of what are my shortcomings. You're not going to be able to tell me something about me that I haven't already peeped or I'm not aware of myself, if you know what I mean, right? So I'm always being aware of how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, where I'm at emotionally, where I want to go. Like, I'm very in tune with that. So that's how I don't lose myself, because the moment that I feel like I'm getting away from myself, because maybe it's so much going on with the kids, or maybe it's so much going on just being a wife, however, whatever ways that I'm pulled, if I feel like I'm getting too far from myself, I know how to let the brakes. Like, I know how to pump the brakes real quick and, let my husband know that, hey, I have to take a beat. I need a moment. Whether that means I need a day, I need a week, whatever the case may be. I thank God that I do have the village. I have a husband that cares enough to hear me and to allow me that grace and allow me that time, whatever I may need, whatever that looks like. If that's just a day to do whatever, if that's just a day to rest, that's what it is. It's okay. If that's a day to just go out and get some fresh air, go to a few different stores, or go get my nails and toes done, whatever the case may be, like, I'm pretty aware of, like, hey, I know when I'm getting away from myself or I'm just overwhelmed, and I speak up about it. I've learned to do that. I haven't always done that, but I've learned to do that. And I just thank God that I do have those safe spaces within my village, that allows me to take those moments and not lose myself, if that makes sense. What's one thing that people always assume about me that's totally wrong? I would say is that I feel like a lot of people assume that I'm more serious than I am. Far from that. I do have a resting bitch face, so therefore if I'm not like smiling, if I'm not talking, and you can see my body language, I think people just assume like, whoa, listen, don't cross her the wrong way. I mean, it really is that. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not as serious as people may think I am. Like, I'm super goofy, I'm funny, but of course you have to get to know me to see that side. But yeah, I would say, like, people think I'm more serious than I am. Listen, I like to laugh. I like to laugh a lot, okay? So next question. What's the moment I knew my content could actually change lives? I would say very recently. Last year, I had wrote a book. For those of you who do not know, I'll make sure I link it below. However, you can find it on Amazon. It's called His Glory, Her Grace. And so I wrote that book because literally God led me to write that book. And it does show a lot of my different, like a lot of my childhood and my upbringing. I speak about it in that book, and just the things that I've healed from in the past 5 years. And receiving some of the feedback from the people that had purchased the book, it blew me. It really did blow me, because it was a lot of different people that were telling me that it made them pray, or it made them pick up their Bible, or they haven't been to church in so long, so they really wanted to do that. And that I don't know, that just really, like, that's like the greatest, I feel like, compliment you can ever receive, or just like the greatest type of impact. Like, anything that's going to impact a person, like, damn what you look like, right? Damn what you buying, like, damn what you live in, what you drive. Something that's going to make a difference in how somebody live their life. Something that's going to make a difference in how a person's conscious. Like, that's a whole nother level of impact, right? So yeah, that really was big to me, and it just pretty much, it solidified and it confirmed exactly why God had me to write that, right? I thought it was about me and for me. I thought it was a part of my healing, and essentially it was, but it was so much more bigger than me, right? It was for so many other people as well. So yeah, that definitely allowed me to see in real time in this physical realm that the impact. How do I make time for myself without dealing with mom guilt? At this point, I don't deal with mom guilt. Next question, what's my current self-care obsession? I would say currently I am obsessed, okay? Listen, I've been watching all the different videos, watched all the tutorials, all the things is when it comes to hair and makeup. That is my current. I want to be an all-around DIY girly, okay? I have now a pixie cut, and I want to know how to curl my hair, do my hair myself. I don't want to have to be running to the salon. We see what times that we're in. So it is so important. It's gonna save me so many coins to learn how to do everything myself. So that is my self-care obsession. Like, I've been obsessed, okay, with the girlies who are doing their own hair and how they laying their pixies down, how they're doing their makeup, and just how I could be a better, like, I already knew how to do my makeup as far as the basics, but how you take it up to the next level, okay? Whether it's gonna be a full glam or just a little 1-2, a little quick little 10-minute get out the door. I am obsessed. Like, oh my Lord. Listen, it is so satisfying. It's so therapeutic to sit there and watch the glam. Okay, when it comes to the hair, when it comes to the makeup, when it comes to the hair, the nails, when it comes to all the things, DIY, that's where I'm at. Yeah, because I want to know how to do everything myself. It's going to save so many coins, and it's just fun. It's just really fun to do. So I said that was gonna be the last question, but we're gonna throw one more in there, okay? And then we're gonna wrap it up with this one. So last question, okay? If I could shout one message to all moms trying to make it, what would it be? Girl, if I could shout out one message, okay, to the moms, listen to me, listen to me. If I could shout out one message to all the moms, all the mommies, okay, my message would be this: trust yourself. Trust yourself. Let me tell you, God gave you that child for a reason. So no matter what type of child you have, okay, this goes for if your child has any type of disabilities, if your child is whatever the case may be, trust yourself. First time moms or whatever the case may be, trust yourself. You have everything that you need to take care of this child. It will be a-okay. Is it easy? No. Of course, read more, learn more, get all the tips and tricks and everything like that from the other OG moms and things like that to help, you know, get a little bit better, of course, to help, you know, take it to the next level. Is it challenging? Yes. Is it going to be moments where you don't know what to do, who to call on? That's why you got God, okay? You got God, you got Jesus. Trust yourself and trust that God gave you everything that you need, and then trust that when you pray, God's going to give you all the answers that you need to take care of that child, okay? That is one of the things that I'm very big on. I pray. I ask God individually about all my kids. Like, hey, Lord, teach me, show me, give me the insight, the instructions, give me the guidance to take care of this child, this child, this child, this child, this child. I'm telling you, and everything is going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Even the moments where it doesn't seem like it's going to be okay. And I know it's so cliche, but you have to really understand, you have to really adapt that mentality, and you have to know that everything is going to work out and everything is going to be okay. But that first start with trusting yourself. Okay? All right, so that's the end of the questions. Again, this is going to be a part 1. I may do a part 2, and I hope you all enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next video.